Hey guys, this is Nintendo Jared, and today we are going to take a look at some of my favorite old school consoles. Now you may notice in the game room tour that I only have 5. So this isn't going to be a long video, but I figured why not take a look at my old school consoles. And I'm going to favor them in like the order that I play them in. I'm going to show you which console I played first and talk about it in depth a little bit. So, yeah, here we go. Starting off first was the NES. The NES was my favorite console. Back when I first started playing video games, I had an NES, and it was one of the greatest experiences in my career as a video game collector. Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt. And let's see here, Batman, the video game, it was just so awesome. The NES was my system of all time. Let's see what else we had. I can't remember what else. Like Popeye, the arcade game, the original Mario Brothers. The list goes on and on and on. And I was very fortunate to have NES back in the day, so very fortunate to have a working one still, and very fortunate enough to play all those great games that I had growing up as a kid. Next, we got the Nintendo 64. This was my second console in video gaming. I remember waking up on Christmas morning and running to where the living room, where the TV room is and everything. And I was standing there, and all of a sudden this big box was there, and we were like, what is that? So we opened it, and sure enough, there was the gold N64 right in that box. My dad bought it for me as a Christmas present, and I hope it works in the future, because let me tell you a little story. I am never going to sell that because my dad passed away. You noticed that in the game room tour. And I talked about it a little bit, that my dad passed away. But I'm never going to sell that thing, ever. It's just my favorite console of all time, and my dad really did a good job of hooking me up with that console. It's awesome. The next one I bought, and this is in later years. I'm so ashamed that I bought this in later years. That is the Sega Genesis Model 2. The Model 2 for Sega Genesis really is really good system. Look at all the games for it. Sonic 2, the best Sonic game out on the Genesis. God, Ghouls and Ghosts, Tommy Sword is Baseball, Last Battle. Let's see, Miss Pac-Man on the arcade version. Miss Pac-Man, Jungle Strike. I don't know if anyone likes Jungle Strike, but I kind of do. But that game was just really. Those games are just really fun. And the Genesis, surprisingly enough, even though I bought it as a later console, it is still to be one of my greatest purchases of all time, and one of my favorite systems. This would be ranked as my number 4 favorite old school system. Then the next one, which I bought pretty soon after the Atari, pretty soon after the Sega Genesis, was the Superboy. Now, some of you are really unfamiliar with this system. This system plays Super Famicom and Super Nintendo games. It was it's brand new. It came out in 2000. God, I think it was 11 when I bought it. No, 2012. No, wait. Yeah, it was 2011. So I bought it in 2012, last year, because I wanted to play the Super Nintendo and find out how good the games were. So I bought Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, and for some people it works. Some countries it works. other countries doesn't work on the Super Boy, but I bought the American version of the Super Nintendo game, and it really, really, it was really, really a great purchase for me, because I got to experience Super Nintendo right soon after the Sega Genesis. So, and I know Sega and Nintendo were rivals back then on who had the better system. The Sega Genesis Model 2 with the commercials, you know, Sega do what Nintendo don't. It was just, I was kind of ticked off by that, honestly, because Nintendo, I think, is better, honestly, in my opinion. And then the fifth and final system, which it's not a real system, it's like a clone system, but it still plays pretty well. That is the Atari Flashback 3. And this system is just really awesome for getting Atari 2600 games on there. There's like 60 preloaded games on it. If you can find it at a Walmart, or if you can find a Flashback 4 for a cheap price at Walmart or anywhere, I'd recommend buying this system. It's really, really awesome, and it plays great 2600 games. The graphics still on this thing stand up to the Atari 2600, and showing like the system, showing the graphics on tube TV, and still having like the 2600 graphics like on a tube TV, that shows how much the 2600, how good it is emulating 2600 games. It's really, really fun, and one of my favorite game sports so far is Centipede. I just don't know why. It's just so addicting. I don't know. It was so addicting, and it still is addicting today. So, but yeah, there's really not much I can say about the Flashback 3. It's really awesome. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. So that's a look at my 5 old school systems for video games. And if I had to rank my favorite old school system, it would be the Nintendo 64, because it was just the most meaningful present that I ever got. Waking up that Christmas morning, going down to Christmas tree, seeing what my dad had bought me. I didn't know he got it. It was a Santa gift. So yeah, but just reliving that experience is just so amazing. I mean, I will never forget that memory, waking up to see my Nintendo 64 Gold Edition under the Christmas tree. It was just really, really awesome. And yeah, that's basically it. I've looked at all my old school consoles today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. Peace.